Hello and welcome. My name is Elizabeth Moini. Welcome to this particular interview. Today I'm hosting a student at the University of Nairobi who is able differently. We're going to be looking at what are some of the challenges they get to experience as they go on with their studies. Welcome to this interview. Kindly tell us your name.
Thank you so much. My name is Chris Kihoro. I'm a student here in third year, 3.2. My major is finance, BCom. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chris, for joining me on this interview. And my first question would be kindly tell us a bit about yourself and what exactly do you do and what is your background both in your education and your personal life?
So I joined this university in 2021. Since then, I haven't been doing much. I was able to join corporate affairs of the university last year, and I've been working there for till today. I was helping in marketing, and I was also able to join another company. It's called Linkup. I happen to be the implementation manager there, and uh, being able differently. So I'm a low vision student, and it hasn't been a challenge when it comes to the workplace. It's not much of a challenge. The only thing that was challenging in my workplace is maybe using a computer for too long, and sometimes I have to zoom in, and when you're zooming into a computer for long, it kind of strains your eyes. So yeah, it's basically the major challenge that I've had at workplace. Apart from that, in my studies. I think I've been able to maneuver the studies well. I was able to maneuver through it in primary and high school because it was easier. Conversations with the teachers was much easier when you compare it to campus. Because now you don't get a chance to just talk to the lecturer whenever you want. So I think for campus it was a bit difficult. I tend to read for myself for a larger part of the semester to scrabble in. Everything's just it's about me, I would say. Yeah. And also the exams have been challenging. Sometimes lecturers don't know that you're a low vision student and you need what do you call it? Uh no when like oh you need your papers in large print so that you can be able to read the questions well. So you find that you will have to use the normal exam papers as other students, and it's challenging. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your response. And maybe we would want to know about what are some of the things you like doing. It could be here in school or outside school. Maybe some of the things you probably like doing and you cannot do them now that you're a low vision student. And while you're talking about that, you could also describe some of your abilities, things that you're able to do maybe better than everyone else.
Okay, so one of the things I like doing is I like playing basketball. If you've seen me, I'm like 6 foot two, so I love playing basketball, and I love writing. That is something I feel like I'm exceptional when you compare to other people. I'm very good in writing more than talking to someone. So that is another thing. And yeah, so I've been playing basketball since I was in high school. So it was a sport that I fell in love with. Most people didn't think Chris can play basketball because of the sight, but still I feel like I adapted to it, and that is the one thing I really love. And then other games, obviously, and I also love partying with. Yeah.
So you've described to us some of the things that you're able to do more than other students, which are your abilities. Now, could you kindly describe to us your experience here in school? How has it been really to relate to your lecturers, to your students, and to the school staff?
So I can't really compare the experiences in high school and in campus. Okay, with the teachers, can because it was easy in high school. All the teachers knew me. We just had like 50, 40 teachers, so they all knew me and they knew my condition. But when you come to now campus, not all the lecturers will know you. I mean, it's a class of over 300 people, and you can't make yourself known just easily. So I think it's when it comes to the lecturers and the staff, it's a bit difficult dealing with studies in campus when you compare to high school. But otherwise, when you're dealing with friends, I think I made good friends in high school, who some of them I'm still friends with up to today, and we also joined the same university. And I've also been able to make new friends in campus. And yeah, so experiences with the friends has been very still it's still good. But then yeah, only in some cases where you're trying to make new friends, that's when it can be a bit challenging because you know like how am I supposed to explain it? So when you're talking to someone, I meet you for the first time, you wouldn't tell that I have a low vision disability or something, right? So if I talk to you right now, we become closer, and then we're supposed to meet like when we meet another time, and I probably don't say hi to you because I didn't see you. So you may take it personally, which is not really the case. So I tend to have a drift when it comes to friendship in that kind of scenario. But for the ones who really know me, they understand and still, yeah, we're good. Yeah.
I think, and you mentioned something that most of your friends are from high school, and you're having a hard time making friends right now in campus. But I want to ask a question that I believe most of your friends or people you meet have asked you before. Because when you see someone who is able differently, most of the people want to know, have they sought any medical assistance? Maybe for your condition, maybe have you sought any medical assistance, and how did it go?
So I realized my condition when I was in class three. No, in class two. So I was taken to hospital. So since then, I've had two operations, and the first one it was supposed to be. We thought it was successful because they were doing an operation on the left eye. So the hospital that I went to, I don't think I'd like to mention it. They were supposed to put some oil on my eye. They did it, and they were supposed to remove it after 3 months, but they didn't give me the information. So we stayed for like 4 years. I had the oil in my eye for those 4 years. And when I went back to hospital, because I was pretending, I didn't like hospital when I was young. So I was pretending that my eyes are okay and everything for all those years until it came to a point that next year is KCPA. I really have to do something about this eye. So when I realized that, I talked to my parents and I told them that, you know what, I've been lying to you guys. I need to go back to the hospital because it's serious. So we went back to the hospital. I happened to meet the same doctor who did my operation because I was seeing one doctor throughout. And they told me that I still have the oil that they were supposed to remove 3 months after. So when they said that, I had to go back for now the second operation. The oil was removed, and then so yeah, I was okay. I wasn't okay still. I mean, the damage had already been done. So they told me that they can't do anything past that except to give me now the magnifiers, which I use for studying, and there's another small binoculars, which I also use for studying. So that was their remedy. So they told me that's the best they can do about the situation. And yeah, so I was told to register now as a PWD.
And for those joining us right now, remember we are discussing with a student at the University of Nairobi on some of the things we get to experience as people who are able differently. We are bringing you updates on some of the challenges, some of the things we get to do differently from other students. Now, to our next question, I want you to discuss a bit about. Now, you said you were told to register as a PWD. So I'd want to know at a personal level, does that make you feel any different? Does it make you feel like you're not, now that you're registered as a PWE or people associate with that, does that make you less or does it make you feel any less?
Okay, so when you were telling me to register as a PWD student, that was in I was in class 8. So I was very defiant. I was hesitant about it. I didn't want to be recognized as a person with disability. It didn't sit well with me. So for a larger part of it, I think I came to terms with it when I was in campus. That's when I decided, you know what, let me just do it, because by the time I was in first year, I got a different perspective of it. I didn't want to look at it as I didn't want to make myself feel any less. Uh, I just took it in and I decided it's just a piece of paper. That's what I was telling myself. It's a piece of paper and a small card and then okay. So I told myself I just registered for it, and yeah, so it doesn't bother me, and it's not something that I go around saying. So most people don't know that I'm a PWD, and it's also not something that I'm also afraid to share to other people. Yeah.
And I'd want to know, has the school, for example, the school management, what are some of the things they do that make your life a bit easier? What are some of the support you get from the school department or even this particular campus?
Okay, so for university, I don't think they have done much, and I think only because they don't really know about it. And so I think what they have done is that they've made it easy enough for exams. For when you're doing exams, I can be able to talk to one of the invigilators, and I can be able to get a large print paper. So that's basically what the university has done. Otherwise, past that, they haven't done much. Yeah.
What about for other people living with different disabilities?
In the university,
Yeah.
I have another friend of mine who's also he's also a Lovation student, so we experienced the same thing. And I don't think uh, he's the only person I've interacted with in that sense. So I don't know about all the other PWD students, but I can say for him, he has the same experience as me, so nothing different.
I'm glad to hear that your friends are really nice and very supportive. And I feel like you have a very positive experience in school and in your studies. Are there some of the positive experiences? Could be two or three that you'd like to highlight.
Uh, I've had so many highlights here in campus. I've had a really good time in campus, and I think every time that I've gone out with my friends, was really the highlights, and I can't really focus on one thing. So I think I've had a great experience in general. Yeah.
We are nearing the end of this interview, and thank you so much, Chris, for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to have taken part in this interview. It's my first time actually talking about my whole situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
What exactly would be your parting shot to students who are able differently?
So, uh, to all the students who have disability, what I'd love to say is that just keep pushing, man. I mean, there's not really much of what you can do, and just you accept yourself. You do things. Just believe that you are also the same as other people. You don't have to look at yourself like you're different in a way that is negative to you. Just feel like a normal person because you're also normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You, our viewer, thank you so much for joining me on this interview. It has been a pleasure having you around. I have been your host, Elizabeth Mooney, and I hope you're able to learn a thing or two about students who are able differently. Until next time, bye.